Dogumentary TV, producing the best breed documentaries on YouTube.
My name is Dennis Vergara. I'm the owner and run Vergara Bulls Kennels. I purchased my first American Bulldog in 2014. I didn't know what was an American Bulldog. There was one of my friends introduced me to them. They were like, hey, there's a guy that's selling puppies and they're bulldogs. To me, I thought it was a English bulldog that we were gonna go see. So I'm like, okay. I get there, they bring out the puppies, and I kind of gave them a look like, what dog is this? The breeder, came and he's like, oh, these are American Bulldogs. There's different type of bulldogs, and this is one. After that, man, I purchased a female. Her name was Monroe. Man, beautiful dog. Just fell in love with what she was and what she was to my family. I wanted to continue kind of her legacy. So I got into the breed. I kind of started studying it. And the same breeder that I purchased the dog, I could say was a mentor to me. He told me the different lines that they were, the types, and we went from there. So we do have two types of American Bulldogs. We have the Classic American Bulldog, the Johnson type. We have the Scott Standard type. The Standard is more of a linear dog, longer snout, tight skin, With the Classic American Bulldog, you have a bigger bone dog, bigger body. I always compare him as a bodybuilder and a guy that works out, and it's just tone and his physique is just outstanding. But with the Classic American Bulldog, you have that, they are heavier. They weigh from 120 pounds to 125, depends. Both dogs are beautiful. They're outstanding. To me, I feel that the Classic American Bulldog has that showstopper that you'll be like, oh man. But the Standards have it as well. I've seen some that, I've been blown away just how tight and muscular they are. But, I feel that's a more of a athletic dog than the Classic American Bulldog. Don't get me wrong. The Classic American Bulldog, it is athletic, but it won't perform at a high level as the Standard. The Classic American Bulldog, they're good to do different activities depending on what tasks you need them to do, whether it's with your family and you just need them to go on walks with you, they're great at that. But if you need them to run, 10 miles with you or go on hikes, for extended period of time, I'll suggest to think about it, just because they will do that task and they will die trying to please you. But there's limitations to the Classic American Bulldog. One of them is just their breathing. It's a little bit heavier than the Standards. But they're great at other activities. Whether if you want them to do bite work, man, they'll do it. Protection work, they'll do it. Even you train them to go look for bombs, they'll do it. I was like, here in my place, I have one of my American Bulldogs. It's a female. Her name is Kalina. I ask her to go after mice, and she goes after them. She knows what it is, and she has a trigger word for them. Once I say it, she's all for it. So they're willing to do any task, but activities, man, anything you think about, they could do. What makes great the Classic American Bulldog, I feel that it's how impressive they are, the big body they have, the muscle, the bone. That's what makes a great Classic American Bulldog. They have that wow factor. Having an American Bulldog, especially in your home, man, they make the great pets, and they have their own personality, but as well they make great guard dogs, protection dogs. They're real protective with their family. That's one thing that I love is that you know they're loyal. They're loyal, and they'll give their all just to protect their family. They have that on and off switch, and that's another thing that makes them great because you ask them to do something, a task, whatever, and they're on it. But when you need them to turn it off, that's what makes a great American Bulldog. I breed my dogs for myself, but the purpose that I do it, I fell in love with the breed, but I just love that enjoyment of handing out one of my pups and giving it, just showing a family how well of a dog it is, So I breed for temperament, health. That's one of the most important things I do. I don't want a scared dog or skittish dog because a skittish dog will bite. So I need a solid temperament that could have that off and on switch. Because if there's a threat, you definitely need that on switch so they can protect your family or yourself. When I decide what two dogs I'm gonna breed, one of the questions I always ask myself is making sure that they're healthy dogs. With genetics, hips, elbows. That's one of the first things I start doing. Then I look at pedigrees just to make sure if I recognize any of the dogs in the pedigree that has been health tested, just to improve, the well-being of the puppies that I'm gonna produce. But as well, I always say, you have two dogs, and I say this saying, it's frame to frame. If you have two beautiful structure, wow factor dogs in front of you, man, just having those two and thinking of what they could produce, but at the same time, the pedigree behind them, that's a plus. My whole program is health tested. One of the testings that I do, it's hips and elbows, just because it's known that the American Bulldog suffers from hip dysplasia, elbows. As well, I test for genetic diseases. The American Bulldogs, there's two well-known diseases that, they suffer from, and it's NCL and ICL. And this is pertaining to the breed, and also, that's why I test my dogs, because if I'm gonna be breeding, I want to have and produce a healthy dog. Especially, I don't want to sell it and customers start having issues, with vet bills, and I just want to have a healthy dog that I could show and be proud of. Some breeders breed, I'll say what they like, because now we have color American Bulldogs, and that's not part of the standard. I myself stick to the standard. I don't breed for color. Like I mentioned, my goal is to produce and breed healthy dogs. There's ups and downs doing this, just like everything, but you always try your best to improve your lines. The goal is to produce all around American Bulldog that could live inside, outside as a companion, that doesn't take a lot of work to take care of. Just, having the best temperament dog that you could be around, that it's not going to destroy your home. It's more of a family loving dog, that you could have around anywhere you want, that, it's going to have that wow factor, but man, you could take them anywhere you want. You could take them on vacation. They're well behaved and everything. That's my end goal, is just to produce a well temperament dog that could be, a ultimate family dog.